Let's move. You're recording now. You're recording now. Sup guys, welcome back to my channel, Moving with Skinny. Today we're here at the Johnson Kings Park. It's been a while since I've been here. Bring back good memories. And today I'll be interviewing Monique. And yeah, how are you? And yeah, just get into it. Who are you? Where are you based? And what do you do? Take it.
My name's Monique Laidlaw. I work at the Sharks, specifically at the Sharks Academy. I head up the admin department and the academics, as well as the mental coaching for the junior Sharks players. I'm based in Glenwood, lived in Durban my whole life. I have an honours degree in psychology, and I have a huge passion for helping people and making a difference, counselling in general. But of course, I managed to get into the sports industry just by accident, and I've become so passionate about high performance, mental skills and coaching, and I've just spent a lot of time focusing on that for the last 6 years.
Okay. And then what is speed to you?
Speed to me, so I mean, in terms of like the definition, everyone knows what speed is, but from the perspective of where I'm coming from, I kind of thought of it as what it makes me think of and what I associate with the word speed. And I suppose what came to mind was hard work, perseverance, making the most of an opportunity, doing the best you can with what you have, I suppose.
Okay. And then, since you said you're a mental coach, do athletes really need a mental coach? And if so, why?
Most definitely. I think there's a huge misconception about mental health and mental wellness around the world, but specifically in South Africa, amongst the male community. It's something that they really struggle to get their head around. You know, there's this whole idea of that I just need to ignore my problems, or they'll go away, or, you know, being sad about something, just bury it, you know what I mean? And this translates to any individual, regardless of athletes. And what they don't realize is until you have a mental coach as an athlete, you don't realize how paramount it actually is. So it's one of those things that you'll only really know you need it until you've tried it.
Okay. And then, does stress and depression really affect an athlete's game or performance?
Most definitely, in every way possible.
How though?
So it really just comes down to the fact that your mind is focused on something other than where it should be.
Okay.
So if you are depressed or anxious or stressed, it creates a physiological response in your body, and that can affect so many different facets. It can affect your training, it can affect just how your body operates, it can affect how your body heals when it comes to injury. So, I mean, if you have had a severe injury and you are going through a depressive state or stage in your life, your body's going to react accordingly. And that all happens together. You'll notice generally people who are sick, unwell, injured, a positive mindset helps them heal.
Okay.
So it's all connected together. So it absolutely has an effect.
Okay. And then, as a mental coach, how should athletes prepare for the week and matches to make sure we game ready, like to make sure that we perform? So I see the training, you know, and the gym, but like mentally, how should we prepare for a week?
So that's where the problem is. You don't prepare for the week. You prepare way in advance. You know, trying to prepare mentally for a game coming up that weekend, it can't happen overnight. It can't happen over a few days. It's something that's a continuous process, and that's something that you're working on constantly. Just like you don't go into a match by starting gym the week before. It's the exact same concept. You know, so many people neglect the mind and the emotional aspect of their performance, but they focus so much on the physical, forgetting how important the other aspect is.
Okay. And then my last question, before I give you 30 seconds of fame, what's that one advice you'd give to us athletes, you know, in dealing with our life challenges and our surrounding pressure? Like, what's that one thing that you'd actually say to someone? as advice?
Don't be afraid to talk. That's honestly where it comes down to. Like, and the thing is, you know, having a mental coach or someone who focuses on high performance sportsmen or athletes, it's not a very common thing. There aren't many people like me around. I mean, you get lots of counselors and you get psychologists where, let's be honest, you pay hundreds of rands to see. It's not necessary to see someone who's a registered psychologist or a professional. But having someone who can just give you that basic walk through the feelings that you're going through and things like that. Because the truth is, a lot of what contributes to how you deal with things as a human, how you deal with stress, how you deal with all that stuff, comes from so many different aspects in your life, whether it be a childhood trauma that you went through that you haven't dealt with, a divorce that your parents had that's causing issues in your family, previous physical abuse you may have been through. It all culminates to an identity you take on, whether it be a self-esteem issue or anger issues, and all that kind of stuff translates into your game. And it affects relationships. And if you're trying to be effective in a team environment, you need to be able to build relationships in a healthy manner. And if you haven't figured that out, you're not going to be able to. And you can't work on that unless you have someone to guide you through that. Okay. So trying to get in touch with someone like me or someone similar to what I do is absolutely the most important thing on the list, because all the rest comes easy. Gym, training, you've been doing that for years if you're an athlete. It comes easily. But dealing with your emotional stuff is so important, and don't be afraid to, just because you're a man or you think it may seem like you're weak. Absolutely, it's the opposite. It shows your strength.
Okay, and then before I give you 30 seconds of fame, guys, thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe. And now for your 30 seconds of fame, you can say whatever.
Okay, well, I guess reiterating on what I said, yeah, just make sure you go out there, think about how important it is, and try to see if you can find someone who does what I do. If you can't, and you're based in Durban or even not, you can find me on Instagram on Sage Mental Coaching, or Mental Conditioning, sorry, and you can DM me and we can be in touch, and I can give you some tips or advice, or at least just follow my page and you'll be able to get some good tips and ideas about general mental coaching and looking after your mental and emotional health. Otherwise, that's it.
Thank you.